Hello class, good day! So today, we're going to tackle about the Pythagorean Theorem. So ano nga ba yung Pythagorean Theorem? And how to solve problems following the Pythagorean Theorem. But before that, if you haven't subscribed yet to our channel, kindly click the subscribe button and hit the notification bell so that you will be notified on our next lesson. Alright, so what is the Pythagorean Theorem? So when we say Pythagorean theorem class, it is the statement, okay? And the statement is, the square of the hypotenuse is equal to the sum of the squares of its two legs. So yung square daw ng ating pinakamahabang side, which is the hypotenuse, siya yung total ng pinagsamang squares ng dalawang legs. So we have here a triangle, a right triangle. So how can we say that this is a right triangle? So kapag may nakita kayong ganito, sign, a small square, that indicates a right angle, okay, or a 90-degree angle. And since this is a triangle, so it is an example of a right triangle, right? So, paano natin malolocate si hypotenuse? Or yung pinakamahabang side ng triangle. So, always remember na yung nasa opposite side ng ating 90-degree angle, siya yung hypotenuse. And here, siya si hypotenuse kasi siya yung opposite ng ating, ng ating 90-degree angle. And we have here angle A, B, C. The small letters A, B, C, they are the indication for the sides of our triangle. So following this statement class, we can form an equation, right? So we have here C for hypotenuse, and sabi dito, yung square daw ng hypotenuse, so the square of our hypotenuse, C squared, is equal to the squares of its two legs. So C squared is equal to A squared plus B squared. So for example, here our A is 5 cm, and let's say our B is 2 cm. So to get the measure of our hypotenuse, we can C squared is equal to 5 squared plus 2 squared. Okay, so let's add 5 plus 2, that is 7 cm squared, right? And 7 squared is 49, right? Since naka-square pa ito, so we're going to square both sides, alright? So, square root of C squared is C, and square root of 49 is 7. So, therefore, the measure for our hypotenuse is 7 centimeter. Okay? So, we have here another example. Find the length of one leg of a right triangle where the other leg is 6 centimeters and the hypotenuse is 10 centimeters. So class, for you to easily understand the problem, so it is helpful na gumawa kayo ng illustration ng problem. Okay? Para mas madali ninyong malocate kung saan yung given. Okay? So we here, sabi dito, yung isang leg daw is 6 cm. So let's say this side AC is 6 cm. And then yung hypotenuse is 10 cm. So kung napansin nyo, given yung pinakamahabang side natin. So ang hinahanap natin is itong measurement ng isang leg. Alright? So following the equation, we have C squared is equal to A squared plus B squared. So given us C squared, so we have 10 squared. And then plus is equal to A squared because yun yung hinahanap natin plus yung given na isang side which is 6 cm. Alright, so plus 6 squared. Again, we have 10 squared. So, because ito yung pinakamahabang side natin, given na siya, so is equal to a squared, ayan siya yung hinahanap natin, plus c squared. Alright? So, after that, we can apply subtraction property of equality. So, subtraction property of equality allows us to subtract both sides by 6 squared so that we can eliminate c squared here, right? But usually, class, tinatawag natin ito transpose, diba? Sinasabi natin na itatranspose natin si 6 sa kabilang side para maiwan dito sa a squared. But the correct term for that is we apply subtraction property of equality. So, I have other video about that. So, I'll put the link below para mas masundan nyo kung ano yung subtraction property of equality. Okay? So, if we're going to apply subtraction property of equality, we're going to subtract here minus 6 squared and here minus 6 squared. And then, that will cancel out the 6 squared here. Kaya yung maiiwan is si a squared na lang. Then dito sa kabila, we have 10 squared minus 6 squared. Okay? Or, gaya ng mas madali or mas usual na sinasabi ng mga tao, itatranspose ito dito sa kabilang side para maiwan si a squared here. Okay? But again, yung correct term for that is subtraction property of equality. So we can simplify 10 squared. 10 squared is equal to 100 and 6 squared is equal to 36. So 100 minus 36, that is 64. And we need to square both sides. So square root of 64 is 8 and square root of a squared is a. So therefore, the length of one leg is 8 cm. Alright? So another example is we have Jose has two options going to his house. The first option is to walk straight for 12 meters and then go right for 16 meters. The second option is to cross an empty park lot diagonally, which is the better option. By how many meters is the better option shorter? So, ayan, para mas madali natin maintindihan, gagawa tayo ng illustration. So, let's say na nandito si Jose. And sabi dito, mayroong dalawang option para siya makauwi sa kanilang bahay. So, una, maglalakad siya and this is, okay, so let's say this is Jose's house, alright? So, yung first option daw is kailangan niya maglakad ng 12 meters straight. Yan. Then, liliko siya pa kanan for 16 meters. Alright? And yung second option naman is through the parking lot. So, yung way na yun is diagonally. Ayan. So, yun ay hindi. So, that means we're going to find the measurement of this side. Or we're going to find kung ilang meters yung layo nito sa bahay ni Jose. Okay? So, and after that, kailangan nating i-identify kung anong option yung mas better at mas maiksing daan papunta sa bahay ni Jose. So, if you noticed, we were able to form a right triangle. So, we can use the Pythagorean Theorem to get the second option or the measurement for the second option. So, we have here c squared is equal to a squared plus b squared. So, obviously, yung hinahanap natin is c squared. So, is equal to yung unang option, which is dadaan siya ng 12 meters. Ayan, itong 12 meters. So, 12 squared plus paliko siya ng pakanan sa 16 squared. So, 12 squared is equal to 144 plus 16 squared is equal to 256. So, let's add. So, 144 plus 256 is equal to 400. And we're going to square both sides. So square root of 400 is 20. So therefore, 40 meters yung layo nito from dito sa area ni Jose papunta sa kanyang bahay. Or dito sa location ni Jose papunta dito sa kanyang bahay. Then, yung first option is may 12 meters yung dadaanan plus 16 meters. So, ibig sabihin, kung dito siya dadaan sa first option, yung lalakbayin niya ay 28 meters. So, to answer to the problem, the second option is better because it is shorter by 8 meters. So, that's all for today, class. I hope you learned something. And if you have suggestions or topics that you want to tackle about mathematics, just comment down below. And if you haven't subscribed yet, kindly click subscribe button and hit the notification bell so that you will be notified on our next lesson. Thank you!